In example 4, we want to graph the function g of x equals negative log base 2 of x and give its domain and range using interval notation. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at just the basic log graph, which is the log base 2 of x. And we're going to take 2 points, the easy 2 points that we can find on that graph, the log base 2 of x. And that one point would be to plug 1 in for x, and we know that the log base 2 of 1 is 0. And then our other one that would be easiest to find would be to plug in 2 for x. So 2 to what power would give us 2, and that would be 1. And those would be the points that I would always use when I'm doing graphs like this, just using my translations. So again, 1, 0 is going to be used in every single one, and then I would take whatever the base is here, and then you can have it with 1. If this was a fractional base, I might take something a little bit different, like -1 or -2 as my x, so that I can get some better points. But for the most part, 1, 0, and the base, comma 1 is going to be a good start. And what's happening here, because I have that negative out on the outside, I'm going to be reflecting over the x-axis. I'm going to start with my asymptote. My asymptote always starts at x equals 0. And if I reflect over the x-axis, that means this part of my asymptote is going to reflect over here, and this part's going to reflect over here. So my asymptote really is not going anywhere different. So I still have an asymptote at x equals 0. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my point 1, 0, and if I reflect that, again, it's going to stay right where it's at because it's on my line of reflection. So I still have the point 1, 0. And then I'm going to take the point 2, 1. And if I reflect it over the x-axis, it's going to come down here to 2, -1. And I'm going to plot that point, and then I'm going to sketch my graph, which is going to curve around this way and come back up over here. You could do more points if you're unsure about how the graph looks. Feel free to do more, but 2 is all you really need if you know what the shape of that graph should end up looking like. Next, I want you to go and do the try this. So you can pause it now and unpause it when you're ready to check your answer. If you did the try this correctly, you would originally look at the log base 1/3 of x, and I would choose the points 1, 0, and then again, you could choose the point 1/3 and 1. It's not that easy to graph that point, but you're more than welcome to use it. I would choose the point 3, -1. But like I said, if you chose the point 1/3, 1, that's okay too, as long as you know what that shape of the graph is going to look like. You are moving these points to the left 4 as well. So your overall graph should look like you should have an asymptote at x equals -4, since you moved it to the left. That point 1, 0 moved to the left is going to be at -3, 0. And the point 3, -1 moved to the left is going to be at 1, -1. And our graph looks like this. It's going to curve this way and then ride along our asymptote as it works its way up. If you have questions again, please let me know.